Okay, hey there. Hi. Hi. It's always weird when you start talking to yourself for the world to watch in and listen on. Um, okay, I'm gonna try and keep this short because I'm not gonna walk very much. I'm just gonna like dawdle around here a little bit. Out on a hike. I'm actually on the same trail I took the last time I was here a few days ago, but I came up the trail. And this time I went the other direction and circled around, and now I'm going down the trail. And this one section I just finished coming down was so steep. I think it might be the steepest, I think it's probably one of the steepest descents, which means it's also a steep climb around here. But I've only ever gone up it. I've gone up it like 3, maybe 4 times. And so coming down it today was surprising how steep it is. And it's a really good stretch. It's, I don't know, half a mile or so. And if I didn't have my walking sticks, it would have been really hard to come down. Okay, anyway, I do have something I want to talk about. And we'll see if I talk about anything else after that. So everybody you all know what the AI is. And I've been avoidant of the AI. I don't like the AI messing with my photographs. I don't put energy into learning how to work with the AI to improve my photographs. That's just something I'm touchy about. And a lot of times I just don't like what the AI does when I see what it's done to other people's photographs and stuff. I'm not looking for a perfect picture. Anyway, maybe someday I will try and work with it some more, especially after the other experience I'm having now. Okay, so about a year ago, maybe a little bit longer than a year ago, there was a big announcement that this company created an AI tool to help people with their writing. And it was kind of mind-blowing, all the stuff it said it could do. It basically suggested, here's what the selling point was that I remember hearing before I ran. It said you could have an idea. You could say, here's my idea. Write me a story based on this idea. And then take it a little bit further and write it in the style of Jack Kerouac, or in the style of Stephen King, or even weirder, write it as if Joe Rogan was telling the story. And I was like, no. I had a conniption fit, man. I was like, this is the end of literature. This is the end of pure, true literature. If people are going to start doing this and stop doing the thinking and the creating themselves, this is going to be bad. And so, yeah, I turned on my heels and I ran, and I almost got on my knees and swore I would never do anything like that. Okay, fast forward to a couple of days ago. And it was just by accident I kind of got this idea and tried something out. So I just finished doing NaNoWriMo for 2024. More than half of what I wrote was voice dictated. Bad. That's bad right there. So I'm basically holding my phone, opening up a document, blank document, turning on the microphone, and talking to my phone like I'm talking to you now. The computer hears my words and writes out the text. It's it's a great way for just brainstorming and getting some ideas down or something. But for the creation of a story, man, I think that's just fishy as anything. But with me dealing with just matters of my depression and lack of motivation and no focus and blah, 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 blah. I said, what the hell? This will help me get to 50,000 words. And I just did it. So come up to a couple of days ago, I'm thinking, I've heard somebody say you could give text to the AI and ask it to proofread it for you. Okay, that's not breaking too many creative rules. And so I took one of my pages of dictated text and I copied it and opened up the AI bot. It's the one I'm using is called Gemini. It's the Google version. And somehow I got a free, I think everybody has been offered a free 1-year subscription to Gemini Pro or Gemini Advanced or something. They want people to get hooked on it, and then after your year is up, they're going to go, oh, well, if you want to keep using this, you're going to have to pay. It's going to be like $20 a year or something. I don't know. So anyway, I paste my text. I say, hey, can you proofread this for me? Proofread it, edit it for grammar and punctuation. And it comes back and it says, hey, Daryl, I'd be happy to do that for you. It talks to you like it, both that it knows you and like it's your friend. Which is really creepy. It's really creepy. And so it says, go ahead, share the text with me. And so I paste in, a couple thousand words, and seconds go by and the output comes back. And I'm looking at it and it does a couple of things. It gives me a highlight of the changes it made. It gives me, after each paragraph, it gives me a summary of what its, intent was of fixing run-on sentences, which there are a lot when you dictate, and but spell checking, and then at the end, it made like a summary of what it understood it was that I was talking about. And I was like, wow, that's kind of handy. That's kind of impressive. And so I gave it more. And I ended up giving it the entirety of my 50,000 words that I wrote and dictated last month. And in less than an hour, I've got this new edited draft of my so-called novel. It's not really a novel. I wasn't really doing NaNoWriMo this month to create a new novel. It turned out to be more of a spiritual exercise, a spiritual healing exercise that I did with my NaNoWriMo this year. Anyway, okay, jumping ahead. So it finished that, and it was fast. It was just like so fast. And then I thought, I wonder if I opened up the novel, the actual legit novel, and it's in like 3 parts. I did NaNoWriMo so many years back, a decade ago. I've got at least 3 parts of this like big novel. And I thought, wow, maybe I should open this up and let it work on it for me. Let it work on it for me. Let it work on it with me. I don't know how to say it. And I started doing that. So now, at this point, the more you talk to Gemini, it remembers who you are. But there's a catch. It's got to be in a session. So you can open it, and then you can have a session that goes for days. And as you're talking to it more and more and more, as it's getting to see what you're working on more and more and more, it gets to understand you better. This is where it gets kind of weird, because this is not a person. This is the freaking computer behaving like a person. And the person really, oh my God, Gemini really likes you. Gemini is so encouraging and so supportive and complimenting you left and right. And once it gives you its suggestions, and it's waiting to hear what your impression of its suggestions are. And I mean, you could go really deep into working on something with it. This is scaring me. This is really scaring me because I'm like starting to trust it. Because it's helping me do something I have not been able to do. I have not been able to edit my novel. Every time I've tried, it comes to gnashing of teeth and pulling of hair and being on the verge of ready to just delete the whole thing. And now, in the past day, I've gone through, 2 days, we've edited one of the big parts, which is 50,000 words. It still needs to be rewritten. So what I'm doing, it's giving me its edited version back with its commentary, and I'm copying that and putting that into a brand new document. Once I go through all the sections, all 3 of the sections of the novel, I'm going to, I don't know, somehow maybe print it off so I can sit at a table and go through it and, really study it and start to rewrite it based on these suggestions. These suggestions are really good. It's like having a personal tutor that is just really smart. Okay, geez, I'm already talking 10 minutes. Okay, that was the main thing I wanted to talk about today. But you can talk to this thing about anything. You could talk to it about, girlfriend problems or whatever. It knows a lot of stuff. Its knowledge base is rooted in a lot of stuff. I'm not going to start talking to it like that. I hope. I hope. Okay, sun's going down, starting to get cool. It was really windy up on top. It was really cold up on top. Cold, geez, what am I talking about? Like 55 degrees maybe. Yeah, that's the story of my life today. Not meditating enough. I've had my first week off of my vacation between jobs. I got 2 more weeks before I go back to work, and I'm not meditating enough. I need to pick that back up and get back, to work. I mean, I'm meditating at least once a day right now, but it's not focused. It's not deep enough. And I feel kind of flighty. I don't feel as grounded as I'd like to be, and anyway, okay. God.